Today's day 183 of how to become a starseed, or being on the journey to becoming a starseed, because of course my how-to might not be what you need in order for you to get in the right head space, heart space, and everything else to become a starseed. So let's get right into it. I want to thank you all for coming here, helping me get closer and closer to my goal of getting to 10K subscribers. I pray that you all are doing well. That's all. I mean, that's not all. That's not all, but you know what I'm saying. I hope that y'all are doing well. Let me turn my car on because I need my phone to be charging. Like, okay, so the car is charging. Let's get into the words of the day. Straight into it. Because yesterday I realized I went on and started ranting and told a story, but I didn't tell y'all the word of the day first. So let's get straight into the word of the day. Today is July the 3rd. It is the day before my cell phone bill is due. So if you guys want to send donations so I can help me make sure my cell phone bill is paid so I can continue to give y'all these lives, donate. Don't hate. Okay. Today's word of the day from the book Starting Your Day Off Right by Joyce Meyer is have fun. For the kingdom of God is not a matter of eating and drinking, but of righteousness, peace and joy in the Holy Spirit, because anyone who serves Christ, excuse me, in this way is pleasing to God and approved by men. Let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and mutual edification. Romans 14:17 through 19. Everything in your life doesn't have to be serious in order to be spiritual. If you are filled with God's Spirit, whatever you do has a spiritual connection or connotation to it. You can live a holy life and still enjoy your day. God measures holiness by how quick we are to obey His voice. His promises that goodness and mercy will follow us if we seek His presence. See Psalm 23:6. He may even encourage you to just have fun today. On this journey to becoming a star seed, or evolving into a star seed, or becoming our best selves, however you want to define it, on this journey a lot of us tend to, how do I say, we start to demonize our journey and say, oh, I can't do this, oh, I can't do that because it's not of God. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna tell you to go out here and if you want to have fun by drinking and smoking, to go do it, because baby, obviously no, that ain't it. No. If you got to be inebriated to have fun, then you're not really having fun. What's up, Fleshy? So in order to have fun, and in order to be lit, in order to be, just a great person to have fun today, like the word of the day said, you don't have to do those things that intoxicate your body. But don't feel like if you're trying to have fun that you cannot have fun because you're going to be persecuted for going out with your friends. Maybe having a glass of wine on a Sunday or a mimosa, yeah, but I'm talking about, like, if you got to get pissy drunk at a party just to have some fun, you might want to reconsider what you calculate as fun. Just being honest. So for me, on this journey of evolving into a star seed and figuring out myself, and understanding that even though I want to figure out myself, I still have connections to other energies, other people outside of me. Um, how do I put this? As much as I want to be me, Sierra Monet Roberts, and have my own identity, I have to realize that my identity is cross merged with a bunch of identities outside of myself. Like, I didn't become me by being alone. I became me by going to different schools, Catholic schools, public schools, private schools, college, high school. I went to like 3 different elementary schools. I went to 3 different high schools. I went to 2 different middle schools, and I went to college, and then I went to another school. So I didn't become me by just simply being alone. I had to be around other people to become me. Also grew up in different areas. I mean, there was a point in time I lived in DC. There's a point in time I lived in Maryland. There's a point in time where I lived in Bowie, with my mother here. Well, yeah, with my mother here. I've just basically what I'm saying is, on this journey of evolving and becoming you, it's supposed to be fun. But fun isn't only defined by what we, oh, the drinking, the smoking, the getting lit. Fun is something that's more along the lines of like, maybe you like to rollerblade every day. Maybe you like to go outside. For me, I like to go outside and go be by water. So I like to be at the creek and the waterfall. I'm not there today, so I'm feeling a little off because I usually go to sleep by water. That's what I've been doing the whole entire time I've been on this journey of, living in my car. So I've been by the water every day. So to wake up on the side of the road in a city like Bowie kind of throws off my normal flow, my normal energy. I'm used to like hearing the water all day and all night. I'm used to I'm just used to I'm used to nature. I like nature. That's what makes me feel like I'm having fun. Where somebody else, in order to have fun, they might need to go to the club. Maybe they're meant to be an influencer. Maybe they're going to be the person in the club that helps everybody get out the club. I don't know. Because sometimes people follow people, and then people who are in the club realize they don't want to be there. So, I'm not going to ever, persecute anybody else's decisions on what they choose to do. I just know that we all know that liquor erodes our liver, right? Okay. We all know that smoking anything causes your lungs to get dark and filled with tar. So I'm not judging people who do those two things, but we know those things need to be done in ration and portion, and you need to do it the right way. There's a way to smoke so that the smoke isn't so hot when it hits your lungs. You could fire up a blunt, but you don't have to literally smoke your lungs out till they turn black on the inside. You can get an ice bong and inhale the smoke while it's cool or temperature. You can do things like that. You can get a vaporizer and just vaporize the room and have THC in the vapors in the room, versus smoking it and inhaling that hot ass shit on your lungs, and then your lungs starting to get all hot, and then every 5 seconds you and everybody's looking at you like, you good, buddy? Like, you okay? Like, you sure it's not something else that you got going on? Because I'm worried about you. I'm not judging you, I'm worried about you. So there's that. But have fun, but be smart about having fun, because in this world, everything literally is put here to shorten our lifespan. Essentially, the foods we eat, the carcinogens in the nail polish, things like that, everything's meant to shorten our lives because, we have Social Security benefits. People used to pass away at like 60, 70, 80. So having Social Security start at 65 and 64 wasn't a problem. They had to heighten the retirement age because, people are living longer. So everything literally is here to shorten our lives. Fast food, even our foods in our grocery stores, most other countries don't have those things in their countries. They're literally banned. Stuff that we have a whole entire Food Drug Administration that still allows us to get foods that are poisonous. So it's like, with that being considered, have fun, but be smart about what fun is. And that's why I feel like the evolution of becoming a starseed, it helps you push out what isn't really fun and what has been told to you to be fun, for you to truly find out what's fun for you and your spirit. Like, when COVID happened, everybody was like, oh my God, I can't go to the club. I can't go out with my friends. I can't go skating. I can't do this. I can't do that. I was like, I get to be in a house. I get to be a mommy. I'm cutting up fruit every day. I literally was making content on Facebook, going live on Facebook every morning, just cutting up my fruit every morning. My son was jumping in the videos and then jumping out the videos like, it was such a smooth journey. Like, I naturally fell into this position, right? That I'm just going live every morning. I naturally fell into this. It was a point where things happened and shifted. But before COVID, when COVID was happening, everybody was trapped in the house like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I can't go outside with my friends. I'm like, I'm in the house with my grandma cutting up cantaloupe and watermelon and I'm figuring out how to get the best fruits. I'm like going down to the, it was a thing, it's called the H Mart. No, not the H Mart, the world, it was like an international food mart or something we had in our neighborhood. I started getting my fruit from there. I started eating ruitons and stuff like that, and all kinds of different fruits and berries. So basically what I'm getting at is, Basically what I'm getting at is I just started to eat a whole different palette of foods. Like, I just started learning that, like, oh, this is what I'm here to do. You know, I wasn't like depressed that I had to be in the house. I was so happy because I was already naturally a popular loner my whole life anyways, because I moved around so much. So you see, your life is always custom tailored for you and who you are, because the fact that I moved around all throughout elementary, all throughout middle school, all throughout high school, I never really got into those deep rooted relationships where I felt codependent on other people. So for me to just go live and just like talk about whatever, it felt normal and natural because I always was bouncing around anyways. But now I'm in that space where it's like it's time to make those long term commitments with people, and I'm struggling in that area because I'm like, well, how deep does it go, and how deep is too deep? And if that feels like that, is that right? Is that, am I starting a new timeline? Do I get to bring everybody with me? How does this work? Like, I'm having those questions. That's the part that I don't understand, right? But on the journey to evolving, you're still supposed to have fun. If it's you having fun, it's good. When you stop having fun, it's not good. So person said, I have fun with that person, right? However, when I'm in that energy, I feel trapped, or I feel like smothered, or I feel stifled. Something about me isn't able to be me. And I don't like that because it's like, ugh, like, that's not fun. Whereas other relationships and other friendships, like even my clients doing hair, like when I do hair, they let my personality come out, but then I still let their personality come out. Like it's like dun dun, boom boom, dun dun, boom boom, dun dun. Like we go back and forth. But in this particular situation, I just came out of, it's like always like, oh, it's just me, just me, just me. I'm like, okay, so when do I get to shine? Like, did you just bring me here to just absorb my light into your aura? Like, what the fuck? Ew. So having fun is a matter of remembering that life is serious, but it doesn't always have to be so serious. It doesn't have to always be so serious. And then on top of that, it's a journey. So you're going to go through moments where you find people that make you feel like a car crash. Like you get into car crashes all the time, right? Not all the time, God forbid. But you get into a car accident, you learn something from that car accident that you're never going to do again. So think about relationships like that. It just might be a little car accident. Like you just got into a little fender bender, boom, boom. Okay, back up, call the insurance company, get your car back on the road, and just don't make that mistake again. That's all. That's it. It's nothing big, you know. It's not like, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. This person broke my heart. They didn't really break your heart. They just made you feel not your best. And you have to go find the relationships in the world that make you feel your best. And of course, nothing's going to be perfect always, but find things that make you feel better about yourself. Find people that make you feel better about yourself. And not because they're just giving you, you know, empty compliments, but like they literally like they speak to your spirit. Y'all have similar stories, like y'all grew up similar, y'all grew up in similar areas, y'all might have similar, and don't trauma bond though, but just see the similarities, and see, and then when you see those similarities from the past, that's cool, but make sure the futures also align. Meaning, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be you know, famous, but make sure it's the right kind of fame if that's your lane. Because some people will do anything to be famous, and some people like, oh, I'll be famous, but I want to be an influencer, like on the right tier. Like, okay, we got influencer who smokes, drinks, and promotes drama, trauma, and fighting, and trashy bullshit, you know, typical surface level. Then we have influencer that influences people to eat right, mindfulness, healthy eating, you know, evolution, kind of like what I do. Like I'm like, hey, you know, you could twerk a little bit over here too. I'm not usually twerking online, but you could twerk a little bit too. But I'm here to influence and evolve the minds of the human race. Like I'm here to, like, hey, I know I'm not the first person to do this, but hey, have y'all been meditating? Because y'all can go down below, click the link down below. I make music. I make breathwork music. Like, breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. You know, let's, you know, get our mind right. Let's eat right. I've been herpes positive since I was 17 years old. For 13 years, I've had herpes. So I'm talking about eating clean. I haven't ate meat for 3 years. You know, I eat fruits, vegetables, berries, cucumbers, all that good stuff, right? I love a good salad. I love a good vegetable sushi, you know. So rice is still in my diet too, but I'm here to give you a evolutional kind of influence when it comes to my presence on the internet. I'm not here to be like, we getting fucked up, bitch, let's go to the club, let's go get these niggas. Like, Nothing against it, because we need balance. Of course, when you're tired of being so structured, you can go over there and go click and shake your ass a little bit, but then come back over here. It's like Sunday church. Everybody goes to church on Sunday and praises God, but on Monday, on Saturday, they was at the club. I ain't judging it. Wasn't me. I mean, it was at one point, but that was like a short-lived 1 month period where I tried to see, because I was 18. I never got the chance to go to the club. I had my son at 18. So I never was outside, So it was so natural for me to be in this aura of mine, because I never really wanted to be outside. Like, we outside, like that was like, when I tried it, I was like, oh my God, this is what they do. And then when I found out like the spiritual aspect of my connection to the world, I'm like, so you mean all these people in the club is touching my cootie cat on the inside in the spirit? Oh God, we got to get out of here. We got to go. We got to go. I got to get out of here. I can't do this no more. Oh, no, 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 no. So it was natural for me to be in this kind of essence, where it's like, it's a deep spiritual bond that we're having, but it's not so invasive and so perverted and so like, you're coming here to rob me of my essence and then leave me here dry. It's like, it's an exchange of, I give information, energy exchange, and it's like a peaceful space about it, But let's draw back. My point is, when you meet people, make sure your futures are aligned, because have fun, yes, but just make sure that the futures and the spaces that you're coming from are aligned, meaning like, I want to go where you're at, or you're somewhere where I want to be, or I see myself. I remember when I was on that part of my journey, versus like, oh, they famous, I must stay here, and you start feeling like your spirit is getting crushed, or they got big influence and power and impact. I feel I could get it too if I'm here. Like, I had to learn from my last friendship, and I hate that I keep bringing this person up, but this is my most recent experience. It was the last 6 months of my life, so a lot happened here. There was a lot to unpack, but this person had influence, but it's like, they don't influence what I want to influence. It's like they more on the younger tier of who I was like years ago, and there's nothing against it, because I was there, and I feel like I was brought to the person's life to help them really mature, but clearly they're still not ready to take that leap. So I got to take the leap and just jump back. Like, I know God sent me over there, but if the person isn't welcoming the work, what am I gonna do? Take a spoon and shove it? You need to pray every day. You need to eat better. You need to eat cleaner. You need to be a better parent. Like, I can't force somebody to do something. So it's like, and that's another thing that I had to learn. As much as I see a positive pathway for certain people, and I see the potential who they could be on this end of the spectrum, it's for them to make the jump. It's for you to make your own jump. It's for you to decide, I want to make that shift and come to that end of the spectrum. And then when you also understand it about your friends, you'll be able to have more fun, because you'll be like, okay, they're going to see me on the flip side. That's cool. I ain't tripping about that. They're going to see me when it's time for them to see me, And you learn from those experiences. You can't keep going through the exact same experiences with the exact same people and expecting something to change. So on this journey, have fun. And by having fun, that means when it don't feel like fun, find something else to do. Just like when we was kids, when we was getting tired of doing dodgeball, and we was tired of getting a dodgeball beating our face, what do we do on the playground? We go find something else to go do. That's how it works. When it's not fun no more, find something else to do. But have fun on the journey. If you started crocheting and knitting sweaters like this, and then one day you like, I want to make jewelry like this, and you start to have more fun making jewelry, good thing you made that shift and that switch. Oh, I'm tired of having locks. I can't stand locks. You cut all your hair off, you grow out your afro. Oh my God, thank God you made the switch. Have fun. Don't stop having fun just because, oh, I started the lock journey and I'd be a traitor to the lock community if I cut my locks off. Oh, I started the knitting journey, and knitting is supposed to be so spiritual, and my ancestors did it, and I'm going to betray them if I don't follow in the footsteps of my mom. If you're not having fun following somebody else's pathway, shift it. Simple as that. So if you come over here and it's like, oh, it's not fun to listen to you talk, and I don't want to drink juices, I don't want to drink watermelon juice, I don't want to drink cucumber juices, I don't want to, go through or watch you experience getting out of homelessness, I don't want to watch this, it's like not my thing. That's okay. It's not your cup of tea. That's okay. I don't want to be attached to somebody who has herpes. That's okay. I'm cool with that, because I might not want to come to your platform, and there's no judgment passed here. I'm just saying, if what I'm serving on this glass of me this glass of C, because my name begins with the S, but you know, everybody call me AC because I'm Sierra. Or C or E for Euphoria. AE. You know, Euphoria, whatever they call me. If you don't want this cup of tea, what we serving over here, you can go somewhere else. And that's, you know, no one should feel bad about that, because again, the point on the journey is to have fun. If you're not having fun, then you're not serving your inner child, and your inner child is the whole entire point of this journey. It's for you to get back to it, because a lot of the times the reason we're on this journey is because we lose our inner child on the journey. We become these custom-made adults that are programmed to be freaking, what do we, I don't even know the word. We were programmed to be what? Like workers. Just be inside of boxes all day and just work. Like we went to school to program us to be law-abiding consumers. We were taught to consume. We were never taught to be the providers or the you know what I'm saying? We're not taught that end of the spectrum in public school, and sometimes not even in private school. That's something that your parents have to take their time to instill in you in their own time. So we were all programmed to be these little consumers that just do the good things and mind our business and go to our classes and do our yoga and our Pilates and not worry about, why do I always want to buy something? Why does an ad always make me feel insufficient or inferior? Why every time I look at the TV, it makes me feel like there's something wrong with me? Why is every ad making me feel like I need to buy something to make myself feel better? Because we're being programmed to be consumers from the day that we went into school. We were never taught to be, the person that is the seller or the marketer or the brander. So when you become that and you get the opportunity to step into that light, you should take it and run with it. Don't ever for a second lose sight of who you have the potential to be just because you were taught to be a consumer your whole entire life. You understand what I'm saying? But again, the journey's about having fun, getting back to that childhood you. Like me, when I was a kid, surprisingly, I used to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Like I didn't used to like salads as much, but I love cucumbers. I always wanted watermelon. I always wanted cantaloupe, pineapples, mangoes. Those were like my go-tos. Like that's literally what I would like. Grapes, all of that. So, and I didn't like eggs like everybody else. Like I wanted my eggs to be fried egg whites when I did eat eggs. I didn't want the yolk, which is where all the cholesterol is at, right? I didn't want meat in my spaghetti sauce. I always wanted just noodles. I'm like, if we're going to eat spaghetti, I just want noodles and butter and salt. I didn't want to have the meat in it. So I actually was anti-meat. I mean, there was other meats that I ate, but I was anti the norm since I was a kid, you know? So in this journey of evolving into a starseed, for me personally, that's why I said if what I'm doing to become a starseed like me might not fit your, build, so be it. But in my natural body, since I was a kid, I was eating fruits and vegetables and, running away from certain kinds of meats. So on my manuscript or manual on how to become a starseed, that's what I do. That's why on my journey, I ended up with herpes, because herpes, in order to make it be silent in your body, you go meat free. You go candy and all that other stuff free. Like you don't eat the sugars, you don't eat the extra stuff. You have, of course, fructose is in fruits and stuff like that, but all the sucrose and dextrose and all that other stuff, maltose, all that ose is gross to my body. So naturally as a kid, I was already doing what I'm doing now. So the journey of becoming and evolving into a starseed for me might look different than for someone else. Someone else, you might eat the most finest filet mignon and the most finest salmon, and you might go to a fogo de chao or something like that. That might be your journey to become a luxurious steak eating queen, and it's nothing wrong with that, because that might be what you need. You know how many people I've been on their YouTube videos, and it's like, in order for you to evolve, you need to go back to eating meat to be your normal self again. It's like, when I was a kid, I was not eating like that. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. Like when I was a kid, naturally, I didn't like certain stuff. So evolving into a starseed for me was actually getting back to my childhood, and that's really what it's all about. Is us getting back to that inner child and remembering, well, when I was a kid, what did I do? So for fun, I used to rollerblade. I used to jump rope, but I could never double dutch. And I finally did learn how to double dutch when I was in 5th grade. When I finally learned how to double dutch, I felt so good about myself, like the confidence boost. that you get from double dutching. And then you see these videos of like ultimate double dutching contests that our community especially used to have, but you know, everybody's welcome. So it's like, when you remember who and what you liked as a kid, it'll start to trigger some points in you like, hold on, I used to like the rollerblade when I was a kid. I used to like the double dutch. Why don't I double dutch with my kids? Why don't I double dutch with my nieces and nephews? Tomorrow, the 4th of July might be happening. I don't know if y'all going to celebrate the 4th of July or y'all going to dress up everything and do Juneteenth on the 4th of July. However you want to rock it out with your cocks out, do your thing. I say we should do Juneteenth on the 4th of July personally, but hey, I'm just saying. Right, okay. So tomorrow, remember what you used to do as a kid. When you go to the cookout, like when I went to the cookout, me and my cousins, we would all go to the playground. We would just play. I'd take the baby and I'd be holding the babies because I know the adults. I was a mother back then. That's what I'm saying. Like, I used to be like, bring all the babies over here to me because y'all don't really want these babies anyways. They like me. They want to stay with me. They want to be all up hugged. Like, by the end of the day, the baby would not want to get off me. The baby would be like, this is my mommy. What you talking about? Like, these would be my kids by the end of the cookout. And I was a kid. So I naturally just had that in me to just be a aura of a mother. So that's why when I didn't have the chance to have my son with me in this past 6 months when I was going through this thing, it just felt like that's why I think I brought on the task of really trying to heal this man that God brought my way, because he, in fact, was a child who didn't have a mother who thought like that. So I was trying to be that, what he didn't have in his past for him, because I needed to do it. It's naturally in my DNA since I was a kid to mother something, to help nurture something. It's been in my DNA since I was a baby. Even when it comes to the Sacred Woman Healing Journey, I started seeing those poses and positions she was doing in the thing. I'm like, I was doing that when I was a kid on the floor of my grandma's house, putting my hands behind my back and sticking my legs straight up in the air. What pose is that? I've been doing that. I didn't need to buy this book. My mama been eating grapefruit since I was a kid. I didn't need to buy this book. But respectful to, of course, the woman and her whole entire life work. Of course, all praises due to the Most High. You know, shout out to Queen Afua for her work. The book came out in 1993, though, the year I was born. So, you know, the information was in the ethers. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of us have naturally downloaded information that's been with us. It's in our DNA before we even get here. So the evolution of being a starseed or becoming a starseed is you getting back to that information that was already naturally in your algorithm before you even were born. It was already in the air. It was already in the earth. What is this person? It was already in the spirit. It was already in the atmosphere. I'm sorry, this car just pulled up in front of me and just has its blinkers on and just weirdly, oddly sitting in front of me, like, and it just made my uterus feel some kind of way. I don't know. I don't like it. Anywho, back to y'all. The point is, don't let your life's journey... we got to go. I feel like I'm being drained. I can't. I'm sorry, y'all. Since I was a kid, go to your mother. See, that's another thing. Since I was a kid, my mom used to always tell me, when she picked me up, I'd be like, go to your mother. Go to your mother. Like, if I ain't like kids, people, because my mother used to pick me up from daycare, and she used to come, you know, hold me, and everybody would like, oh, hi, Sierra's mom, and they all run to my mom. I'd be telling them, if you don't get away from my mom and go to your own mother, what are you doing over here? So even now in my spiritual journey, I find myself sometimes seeing like men and women that want to attach to my family bloodline and my mom and how nice she is, because she might come off as an evil, mean spirit, but it's because she's protecting her energy because she got 5 kids. Like I got stuff in my, I know how to protect myself now spiritually. So back your ass up, and yeah, I'm gonna give my snacks and my treats to my own kids. Back up. So as a kid, even back then, I was always like, go to your mother, get away from me, ew, I don't like it, bye, go away. Like, this dude just threw his hands up in the air at me, like, looking at me like, what do you want me to do? Like, you're turning in the middle of the street. Like, I'm waiting for you to turn. Like, people be so mad when you don't want to just give them your all. So also in the evolution of becoming a starseed, remember that you don't have to give everybody your all. You don't have to give you don't even have to give half of you. If it don't feel comfortable, it's a boundary you're allowed to keep. Because I've been like this since I was a kid. Go to your mother. Get away from me. Bye-bye. Go away. Shoo, flee, fly, ill. Because the spirit didn't sit right with me. Because as a kid, we were already naturally able to sense a spirit around us or sense someone else's energy or intention. Like, we lost our discernment because we got so hogwashed into, okay, we're going to group you with who we want to group you with. We see you gravitating to those kids, but we're going to group you with these ones instead and force y'all to be in the same group. Because one day in the world, when you have a job, you're going to have to learn to work around people that you don't like. And that's just what it is. No, that's not true. You can literally find childhood friends and grow with them and build a business and figure out how to sell lemonade together and then have the best damn lemonade on the block, and y'all loved each other since y'all was kids, so you never had to have those stressful ass energies. And because y'all energy is so potent and it sets a whole entire tone in its own self, y'all now are attracting your own community and collective. That's usually how all these groups happen anyway. The thing is, certain groups get popular and people will set aside their morals and their beliefs in order to fit into these groups. And that's how you have these people who are like trying to, the wannabes, as they said in School Days. Shout out to Spike Lee for that movie, School Days. The wannabes, they wanted to relax their hair and dye it blonde. Shout out to Tisha Campbell for doing that role perfectly. But they wanted to bleach the hair. They wanted to blonde it. They wanted to have the light skin. They wanted to, they were the wannabes, right? They were the wannabes. And again, nothing wrong with wanting to be accepted by a group, because of course we're so distanced from our identity from the time we're children up until, forever. Most people don't go through their midlife crisis and get through it. Most people go through it and just start buying a bunch of speed cars and still trying to be like everybody else instead of being like themselves. Like, remembering what made me have fun when I was a kid. Or what did I do when I was a kid to have fun? Just ask yourself that question over and over again, and you'll answer a lot of the issues that you have in your life today. Even as a kid, I used to drink my water like that. I used to always have a water bottle with me. I had this one that had sunflowers all over it, had my name on it. My grandma had got it made or something, had my name in all caps letters with the little bubbles, like the little, where you draw the stick and you put like the big dots. Excuse me, at every single intersection of the letter. And it had sunflowers all over, and it's like it had a handle to it. And it's like a little, the ones with the spigot spouts that pop up. Used to have that thing everywhere. Have ice in it. Go to summer camp with that thing. My skin used to be flawless when I was a kid. I'm talking flawless because I always was drinking my water. Things that I've been doing since I was young, I still do to this day. And evoluting. Is that even? Can we make that a word? And evolving into becoming a starseed is reminding yourself and remembering that your goal is to get back to that. Before you pass away, the goal is to get you back to remembering who you were. And then the goal after that is, if you do bring life into this planet, if you do bring life into this world, if you do become a parent. Oh my God, I had my wallet the whole entire time. Well, I still got to see how he wanted to treat me. I just realized my friend needed me to have my wallet so I could get cash back, and I had my wallet the whole entire time at my door. But I had so much stuff in my car because I was trying to get my son and his friends together. But I got to see how he was gonna treat me, because I was like, I don't have my car. He's like, why don't you have your stuff? He's like, just yelling at me. But even as a kid, I'm like, I made a mistake, but you showed me how you wanted to shoot. You showed me how you wanted to shoot shit. That's crazy. God makes certain stuff happen like that for a reason. He didn't want me to find my wallet for that reason. It's funny, I was looking for my wallet a few days before that, and it was in the same exact spot. My son was like, "Why? I would have looked at my door first." I'm like, "Oh, well, but it's papers right here, because I need to turn these papers in for my housing and stuff." I didn't even think to look in there. Like, oh my God, I had my wallet the whole entire time. I had my card the whole time. But, hey, and that's another thing with me getting back to being a kid again. It's like you start realizing, like, hey, because you don't be thinking like that when you're like as a kid. As a kid, you're like, Whatever happened, happened. I'm just here to have fun. All that, oh my God, and they overanalyzing stuff. Dang, I feel bad. I had my card the whole time. Well, he shouldn't have lied and said that we was gonna go get food. We about to go get some food. Come on, bro. Let's meet me. Meet me so we can go get food. Okay. Goes to meet him. Yeah, I just want to take my money and just leave. Wow. Oh my God, the sun really did melt this guitar. That's crazy. So I've had this guitar in the back seat in my window back there, and it looks like the sun has been melting. It melted the whole entire thing right here. It melted a part of my shoes too. This has been really, really, really hot lately. I'm looking for my tarot deck. I don't see it. I was gonna do a tarot reading for y'all, but I guess I left my cards inside the house because I took all my stuff out of my car so my son and his friends could fit in here. Moving around all my stuff. Okay, sorry about that pause. Evolving into a starseed is also getting phone calls from your son's doctor's office and realizing like life ain't easy, baby. Life ain't easy. So you start to have a different respect for your parents as well when you get to be an adult yourself. And that covering is no longer there. That little visor of protection that they had over you is no longer there. And you start to have to, like, when you answer that phone call for that dentist and you feel that stab in the chest, it's like, ugh. It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, you're kind of hurting me. Like, yeah. It's like, no. But even my son's like, can we get a more high-end dentist, more elite? Because you get that kind of service at certain places. That's another thing that you'll start to see when you evolve into a starseed, that not every single business is going to make you feel like it's about the level of respect they have for their clients based on the amount of energy or money they can transfer in and out based on their own finances. So there's that. But I'm about to jump up out of here because I gave y'all about 37 minutes of my time. I got to get my son ready to go to the dentist. What's up, Pappy Black? Um, yeah, it's been an interesting day. So y'all remember, evolving into a starseed is cool, but have fun while you're doing it, okay? Have fun. All right, you guys. Peace. Oh, remember, here you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember to always have peace, love, and hair grease and everything in between, because these are your chakras in your body to help you manifest your dreams. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. Okay? All right, now. Peace.